According to UNICEF's data, Nigeria is a country of the young with almost half the entire 180 million strong population, 46% currently under the age of 15. The current total for children under the age of 5 stands at nearly 31 million, while each year at least 7 million babies are born. Nigerian children are vulnerable to a wide range of abuses and harmful traditional practices. The National Legal Framework for Child Protection is the Child Rights Act 2003, but to date, only 23 of the 36 states have adopted the act. Implementation is patchy, with many local authority bodies unaware of their duties under the law. A national survey in 2014 found that 6 out of 10 children reported to have suffered one or more forms of violence before reaching 18 years of age, with 70% of those experiencing multiple incidents of violence. Children scavenging in Kano. It has become a common scene in Kano to see children carrying sacks and sticks while they roam garbage dumps without footwear, hand gloves, or even a simple nylon glove. They use sticks and bare hands for digging, scavenging any hidden treasure beneath trashes, and any identified material, despite its death, which they quickly stored away in their sacks. In Kano State, the number of children living on the street is considerable and often found taking refuge beneath bridges, in marketplaces, in buildings under construction. What will amaze you is that 90% of these children are not Almajiris. They have their parents and homes within Kano State. 13-year-old Umar Abakar of Rimin Kebe Quarters said he has been into scavenging since when he was 3 and he spent months without going home. But every evening, his brother came over to meet him at a specific meeting point to take home whatever he made from selling the trash because the family solely depends on him.
Ana samun kamar $100.
To me kake yi da kuɗin? Me kake yi da kuɗin?
Abinci nake siya.
Abinci kawai kake siya da shi? Ba ka
Ina
tara?
siyan kaya.
Umar's sick mother, also a street beggar, said his father is nowhere to be found, leaving behind Umar and his 5 siblings for her. 14-year-old Sani Awal of Dawakin Dakata, who was nicknamed Kusa because of his hardened heart, said he comes from home every day. He usually leaves home around 5 a.m. to the famous Jakara Bola that is West Depot. Sani said he usually makes 350 on a good day, and if the market is bad, he roams about from house to house begging to dispose their waste. Unlike Umar and Sani, 12-year-old Aliyu, an indigene of Katsina State, brought to Kano by his Malam, said he ventured into scavenging after running away from his Malam, who threatened to deal with him after a woman he was washing plates for reported he stole her cell phone. When asked the whereabouts and location of the Malam, Aliyu said he can't locate him. As at the time of filing this report, proper arrangement is being made with CSOs to locate Aliyu's parents in Katsina. Non-implementation of Child Rights Acts in Kano State. The Child Rights Act 2003 was created to serve as a legal documentation and protection of children's rights and responsibilities in Nigeria. The United Nations Children Education Fund, UNICEF, listed Kano State among the Nigerian states yet to domesticate the Child Rights Act because of some cultural and religious reasons, but instead adopted the Child Rebel Act and Child Protection Bill, which survived series of scrutiny from ulamas, government, and CSOs. Presently, the bill is still at the Ministry of Justice, waiting to be presented at the 9th Assembly. All efforts to get the Kano State government take on the bill prove abortive, as there are no commissioners and the permanent secretary representing the Commissioner of Information and the spokesperson to the Governor, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, are away for a retreat in Kaduna. Ibrahim Garba Maryam, a program manager with Transparency and Development Initiative, gave the stance of CSOs on the Child Protection Bill in Kano.
The issue of the Child Protection Law in Kano is that it's still a bill. It's not a law up to now. We are still making a lot of panel beating from here and there. And most of the things, most of the laws that they always have some challenges from the ulama side, because you need to carry them alone for them to be able to for them to be able to understand what do you mean. So in some states, they call it child welfare. And also in Kano, we have to call him child protection bill. That is that we are protecting the right of the child. And there are a lot of things that is inside that bill that parents or guardians feel they cannot be able to accomplish. So we are even expecting that from the last 8th assembly is going to be passed, but it has not been passed due to some obstacle, but we are still working on it.
Hussaini Hassan is the Chief State Counsel to Kano State Government at the Ministry of Justice.
The Right Act is like an amalgamation of other laws. It seeks to protect the entire rights of a child, from childhood to adolescent to adulthood, from 18 years below. If you go through the Child Rights Bill, you find out that most of the provisions are contained in other laws. But like in Kano here, we have the Kano Street Begging Law, we have the Child Labor Law, we have even the Penal Code and the Children and Young Persons.
Shehu Abdullah, Coordinator, National Human Rights Commission, Kano State, said they started the journey since 2002.
The organization I'm representing, that is the National Human Rights Commission, is in the forefront in the process of implementing the Child Rights Acts at the national level and also here in Kano State. I could remember we have started the journey since around the year 2000 when we started with Juvenile Justice Administration. And it is from that process that we are now processing the child protection law in Kano State.
Ironically, these Kano scavengers and other children are exposed to all forms of abuses by predators, human trafficking agents, drug and substance abuse, disease, as well as accidents and deaths, all due to non-implementation of the child labor and the slow pace of passing the Child Protection Bill into law in Kano State. The likes of Sani and Umar will only be protected from the hazardous digging of waste, roaming and taking from the city of their parents if the Kano State government hastens the implementation of the child labor law and the passing of the Child Protection Bill into law. From Kano, Nigeria, Khadija Ishaq Bowers reporting.